It was a Saturday night when Anne and her best friends Clara, Sarah, and Grace decided to go for a walk around town. They strolled aimlessly until late at night, not feeling bored at all. Suddenly, Clara exclaimed, "Hey everyone, I just discovered an eerie abandoned house over there. Should we go explore it?" The group quickly agreed to Clara's idea. They turned into a small alley, following a trail leading to the abandoned house Clara mentioned. It was a 2-story antique house, exuding an air of desolation and dust. The front door was left ajar, seemingly uninhabited for a long time. Anne said, "It looks so creepy, right? But I'm sure it'll be very interesting inside. Shall we take a look?" Without waiting for the others' reply, Anne pushed the door open and stepped inside. Her 3 friends hurriedly followed suit. Inside, the interior was old and shabby, covered in layers of dust. However, the group was still excited to explore every nook and cranny. While wandering around, Anne suddenly cried, "Do you guys hear that weird noise? It seems to come from that room over there." Anne pointed to the end of the hallway, where a wooden door was left slightly open. They crept to the door, putting their ears against it. Indeed, there were faint sounds of footsteps inside. Curiosity overcame fear, and Sarah reached out to push the door, but it wouldn't budge. Despite it trying together, they couldn't get the door open. Grace said, "Let's give up, it's getting late. We should head home." But Anne was determined to uncover the secret behind that mysterious door. She suggested, "You guys go ahead, I'll stay a little longer." After much persuasion, her 3 friends reluctantly left. Anne continued roaming around the house, hoping to find some clues. Around midnight, while walking upstairs, Anne suddenly heard the front door swing open. She quietly went downstairs and saw that the tightly shut room's door was now wide open. It was pitch black inside, only streaks of moonlight coming through the window. Suddenly, Anne saw the silhouette of a woman in a white dress emerge from within. The woman had long hair covering her face and slowly walked towards Anne. She looked up, eyes fixed intensely on Anne, then vanished around the hallway corner. Anne stood petrified with fear. She frantically ran out of the house and biked home as quickly as possible. Back home, Anne was still shaken by the haunting encounter. The images of the woman in white kept flashing through her mind. In the nights that followed, every time Anne fell asleep, she would dream of the woman in white standing by her bed, staring at her fixedly. Her eyes were filled with grief and melancholy. Anne would wake up drenched in cold sweat. Anne decided to investigate the history of that abandoned house. She met with an elderly lady living nearby and asked about it. The elderly lady recounted a story that happened over 50 years ago. The house once belonged to a wealthy family, Mr. Carter, Mrs. Anna, and their beautiful daughter Evelyn. One day, due to family conflicts, Mr. Carter murdered his wife and daughter before committing suicide. Anna's resentful spirit wandered within the house, unable to pass on. Since then, the house was abandoned. Anne performed a purification ritual, hoping to help Anna's soul find peace. That night, Anne dreamed of Anna appearing with a smile, before dissolving into rays of light ascending to the sky. Since then, the nightmare about the woman in white no longer haunted Anne.